Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we are going to present our mini project, which is laundry hanger. So, first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Zafira binti Ahmad Fuad, and our members is Nur Syuhada binti Sulaiman, Siti Asma binti Ishaq, Muhammad Farhan Nabil bin Rosidi, and Muhammad Firas Alian bin Had. So, first of all, I will explain our introduction. First, welding is not new. The earliest known form of welding, called forge welding, dates back to the year 2000 BC. Forge welding is a primitive process of joining metal by heating and hammering until the metal are fused, which is mixed together. Although forge welding still exists, it is mainly limited to the blacksmith trade. Second, welding is fabrication or sculptural process that join materials, usually metal or thermoplastics, by using high heat to melt the part together and allowing them to cool, causing fusion. Welding is distinct from lower temperature metal joining techniques such as brazing and soldering, which do not melt the base metal. Then, some materials require the use of specific processes and techniques. A number are considered unreadable, a term not usually found in dictionaries but useful and descriptive in engineering. The parts that are joining are known as a parent material. The material added to help form the joining is called filler and consumable. The form of this material may see them referred to as a parent plate or pipe, filler wire, consumable electrode. This is for arc welding. Consumables are usually chosen to be similar in composition to the parent material, thus forming a homogeneous weld, but there are occasions, such as when welding brittle cast iron, when a filler with a very different composition and therefore properties is used. These welds are called heterogeneous. The complete weld joint may be referred to as a weldment. In addition to melting the base metal, a filler material is typically added to the joint to form a pool of molten material that is the wood pool that cools to form a joint that, but based on configuration, full penetration fillet can be stronger than the base material. Pressure may also be used in conjunction with heat or by itself to produce a weld. Welding also requires a form of shield to protect the filler metals of melt metals from being contaminated or oxidized. Okay, so we have three types of welding method, which is first SMAW, that is shield metal arch welding, and second metal inert gas MIG, and lastly is tungsten inert gas, which is TIE. So that's all from me. So let's proceed.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And today I will tell you about welding method that we have learned. Okay, the first thing is SMAW. SMAW is shielded metal arc welding. Shielded metal arc welding, also known as metal arc welding, is a manual arc welding process that uses a consumable and protect electrode. As the electrode melts, a cover that protects the electrode melts and protects the weld area from oxygen and other atmospheric gases. With the metal, the porosity is often not visible without the use of advanced non-destructive testing method. And this defect usually strong affect the strength strength and the quality of the weld. This welding process is used for carbon steel, low alloy steel, high alloy steel, stainless steel, cast iron, and ductile iron. Next is MIG. MIG is metal insert gas. MIG welding is an arc welding process in which continuous solid wire electrode is fed through a welding gun and into the weld pool, joining two base material together. A shielding gas is also sent through the welding gun and protect the weld pool from contamination. In fact, MIG stands for metal insert gas. MIG welding is an arc welding process in which continuous solid wire electrode is fed to the welding gun and into the weld pool, joining those two base material together and shielding it also through the welding gun and protect the weld pool contamination. Okay. Next is TIG or tungsten insert gas. TIG welders can be used to be weld stainless steel, chromoly, aluminium, nickel alloy, magnesium, copper, bronze, and even gold. TIG is a useful welding process for welding wagon, bike farmers, lawnmower, door handles, fenders, and more. In TIG welding, a tungsten electrode hits the metal you are welding the gas, most commonly argon. Protect the weld puddle from airborne contaminants. TIG welding produce clean, precise weld on any metal. The TIG process uses the heat generated by the electric arc between the metal to be joined and invisible tungsten-based electrode located in the welding.
I want to present objective of this mini project. First, students get more knowledge about main function of welding and know the part of welding gas and arc. 2. To learn more about 3 types of welding methods, which is sheatheded metal arc welding (SMAW), metal inert gas (MIG), and tungsten inert gas (TIG). 3. To know what is a true step when doing a welding and how to use welding correctly. 4. To perform on of the welding technique and understand importance of arc welding, and students can improve their skill when do arc welding. 5. To know safety measure when use the welding machine along the welding process.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Farah Nabil Birosidi from class EIM. Today I want to present however each metal fabrication process may be used to cut, drill, form, and weld the strongest material on earth. Okay, we have the casting. The casting is have 4 points for this. Okay, first point is the one of the hardest type of metal. Fabrication involves casting where molten metal is poured into a mold and is left to solidify into a specific form. Okay, second is the S1 of the most flexible method of metal fabrication. Casting is ideal for a wide range of complex shape making. Okay, third point is in some case casting provide a solution to fabrication problem that would otherwise take several other methods to solve, such as assembly part that will need welding, sharing, and stamping. And the last point is the most common methods employed in the application include steel, iron, gold, copper, silver, and magnesium. Okay, for the next point is the cutting. In the cutting is also we have 4 points. Okay, first is the most commonly used metal fabrication process involve cutting where sheets of metal are split into half, thirds, and smaller section. Second is in a lot of application, the metal being cut is freshly made and has yet to be shaped into anything. Okay, the second last is in other application pre-shape metals like bar and measure panel are submit for cutting. Okay, the point is the cut performed on a range of machinery from laser and plasma touch to more elaborate high-tech piece of machinery. And then the next point is the drawing. Drawing use tensile force to pull metal into and through a taper die. The die stretch the metal in a thinner shape. Okay, second is this process is considered deep drawing. This process is considered deep drawing. Okay, when the end product has deep that is equal to or greater than its radius. Okay, last point is for drawing is it is usually used with sheet metal fabrication to turn sheet of metal into hollow cylindrical or box-shaped vessel. And last for this is the folding. Okay, we have 5 points for this. Okay, first is the most common mean is we press the creases in the metal by pinching it. The piece is held between a punch and a die and forced to trace with pressure from the punch. Okay, second is the process is usually used to shape sheet metal. Folding can also be done by hammering the metal until it's burnt, or by using a folding machine, also known as a folder. Okay, next point is with certain folding application, the intent is to make the metal surface fold at 90 degrees angle, or something else that's the blunt. Okay, second last point is however folding may only be performed in facilities that are equipped with specific high-tech equipment due to the complexity of the wool process. And then last, the point for the folding is in many cases where a fold is needed, the joining of two metal panel at select angle would be the more practical alternative. Okay, next point is
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nur Syuhada. I would like to continue present methodology and fabrication. Okay, next is the fogging. Fogging use compression force to shape metal. A hammer or die strike or the metal workpiece until the desired shape is formed. This process can be done with metal at room temperature, and it's called cold fogging. Okay, next is machining. Okay, for the machining is when a machine is used to remove portion for a piece of metal, the process is known as a machining. Typically, the process is performed on lathe which will rotate the metal against tools that trim corner and edge to cut the piece down to a desired shape or measurement. In other machining application, a hole or set of hole will be formed directly through the metal surface. As such, the metal drill could be classified as a machining tools. Okay, next is a punching. Uniquely shaped thread on a punch press hit the metal through or into a die to create hole. The end product can either be the piece of metal with hole for fastening purpose, or it can be now removed and shaped metal piece called the blanking. When a hole are formed in a piece of metal, the process involved consists of punching, where metal is placed under a die and submitted into a punch trolley by a drill. For the punch to be correct size, the circumference of drill must slot correctly through the die. Punching fall into one of two subcategory based on the intention of a given applications. Okay, next for a sharing. Sharing is the upper blade force of metal down onto the stationary lower blade and fractures it. A third method involves placing the metal over the edge of an open cutter and lower the blade, much like a paper cutter found at copy facilities. Sharing is often applied a trim down the edge of metal sheet, but the process may be done anywhere along the metal. Okay, next is the stamping. Stamping is used to form shape, letter or image in a metal panel or sheet. Mechanically or hydraulic are the two types of stamping presses. Metal stamping machine case, punch, cut and shape metal sheet. Punching into a not only metal fabrication process to utilize a die. In some application, however, the intention is not to form a hole, but it raised to a certain portion of metal sheet without penetrating. For application like this, the process of stamping is used to form certain shape, letter or image within a metal sheet of panel. Okay, next is a welding. Along with cutting, welding is one of the most popular metal fabrication process among craft exhaustions. The process of welding involves the joining of two separate metal parts. The part used in welding application could be sheet, panel, bar or shape. As long as the parts are made of metal, it really doesn't matter. Welding is achievable through numerous methods and tool types. Often, a weld is achieved through the application of heat along the point where two pieces are meant to be joined. A lot of metal work first pursue the area metal fabrication with welding project in mind. Okay, next is the fabrication. For the part 1 is for part 1. For this part we use mild steel. What we use is mild steel channel bar, flat mild steel bar and mild steel plate. In part 1 we cut the mild steel channel bar, use cutting machine in 12 part and we join to make a base using welding machine with own respective measurement. In this part we use small technique. For the second part, in this part we use string. We cut the string with cutter, follow as the own respective measurement into a 6 part. After that, we tie the string at the steel straightly. For the last part, we put the roller at the bottom of the hanger laundry because it's easy to make it easy to move. That's all from me. Thank you.
Point for me to present is the result and discussion. First is based on the result that we got. We managed to follow the fabrication method that we planned for it. Okay, second is we actually managed to get a correct dimension based on the draft. We also weld the project quick well by using small technique.
And the last is conclusion. At this practical, we learn about how to journey the plate iron use the art and gas welding. We also know different type of welding, which is shaded metal art welding, small metal inert gas (MIG) and tungsten inert gas (TIG). Other than that, we also have been taught by our lecturer how to adjust the volume of the electric. Besides that, our lecturer also remind us to stay alert in after while doing a work before and after finish this practice. Our lecturer gave more knowledge about welding. Conclusion is I want to thanks to lecturer and my friend doing linear of art and gas welding. However, this practical we will never ever forget because this talent is bring us to learn a new things in my studying at this college. We will apply this knowledge to other place in the future. Thank you for watching.